You are listening to Single Smart Female.
This is us letting it all hang out about your love life, examining Steph's dating experiences, and answering your hot topic dating questions. Just you, Steph, and me. No topic is off limits and no filters involved. This is Jen.
And I'm Steph. If you have a question about your love life that you would like us to answer, you can submit your question at singlesmartfemale.com.
Welcome, Single Smart Female, to show number 11. This is Jen, and I'm joined by my favorite co-host, Steph.
Hello, ladies.
And we're going to jump straight into our question for this episode that comes from a lovely lady out in Atlanta, Georgia. And she writes, "Hi, Jen and Steph. I don't want to take up your time, so I'll keep it brief. I've been dating a guy I met in a bar in January of 2015. We dated consistently that year and then had a few troubles. I was busy after getting a big promotion at work, and my father fell ill that year, so I spent a lot of time with my family. And also, I wasn't as into him as I am now. It so clearly turned into a booty call situation, but why does he say he wants more and never does anything about it? I distanced myself from him at the end of the summer last year. Once again, this happened before because it wasn't going anywhere, and I told him I'm looking for a relationship, but he slowly started creeping back into my life. So at the end of October, I gave in and we started dating/hanging out again. Sometimes we go on dates and sometimes we don't. It's casual and always has been. Anyways, so I finally slept with him again last Sunday now. And now this week it has been radio silence. I haven't messaged him because I don't want him to think I care, even though I know he knows that I care. I know it's silly to play these kind of games. It's just annoying. My question is not, why does he do this? Or what can I do to make him want me? My question is, do relationships ever start in this fashion? Or am I like Carrie chasing Mr. Big? Except in real life, we know this never works out like it did on Sex and the City. I have been keeping my other options open. I actually have a second date tonight with a guy I met on Bumble. The thing is, why would anyone go to such lengths to get laid every once in a while? I mean, I give it up, but I'm not that easy. So I refuse to believe it's because I let him. Is it possible that I'm just a last resort for this guy? But who stays a last resort for 2 years? Good God, I don't get it. Why? I actually feel tricked, and it's not the sex. I know that's good. Thanks in advance. Okay, Miss Not That Easy. I'm going to tell you before we start that I am 100% in love with you. You are fucking hilarious. Thank you, ladies. Anybody else who wants to send me a submission like that, please go do that at singlesmartfemale.com right now. I love it when you ladies have a sense of humor about your frustration with men. And I love you to my not so easy out in Atlanta, Georgia. Now, I have to say before we get started, the first phrase when I'm reading this that comes to mind is why buy the cow when you get the milk for free? Which, by the way, is a phrase that disgusts me and I hate so very, very much. But it was the first thing I popped into my head. And I was thinking about how you might feel in this situation and that this might be some of the doubts that are coming up for you. So I know you say that it's not because you let him, but I think you know. Miss Not That Easy, it is happening because you are letting him. What do you think, Steph?
I agree with you, Jen. It's happening because you let him. The truth is that you can tell him all you want, that you're looking for a relationship, but if you allow him to treat it like a booty call, then you are showing him that you are okay with it. You are allowing this to happen, and actions speak much louder than words with men, especially.
One of my biggest pet peeves after years of working with women. So I'm going to tell you right now, you're one of my favorite submissions so far because of your sense of humor, but you're also right in the realm of my pet peeve because I see women all the time, and I want you to stop doing this and stop doing it immediately, is that your words are not congruent with your actions. You say you want this from a guy, you tell this man you want this, but then you act act in a completely different manner. If you're going to sleep with this man, sleep with this man. Enjoy the hell out of it. But don't get pissed off at him because he's not in the realm of a relationship quite yet. Don't get pissed off at him because he gets excited about you, builds it up as if you're going that way, and you guys don't have an exclusive relationship, and then you sleep with him and then expect him to want to go right straight into an exclusive relationship. He didn't agree to that beforehand, before the sexual encounter.
And also, though, be careful with requesting exclusivity, because you need to be clear about what you mean by that. You can say, oh, I don't want to sleep with you unless we're exclusive. And he could very well be like, oh, shit, yeah, we're exclusive. Totally.
I'm not sleeping with anybody else. Yeah, we're exclusive.
Exactly. That does not mean that you're in a romantic relationship.
Romantic exclusive relationship.
Yes.
And it's very important to know the distinction. And as much as I love men, as much as I champion men, and as much as I support men, I know sometimes they're not always very, very clear about that. He might not be in the realm that he wants a relationship at this point. He may be, and maybe he doesn't think that you're the one. I'm not quite sure. But I know you're not going to get him there by just having an exclusive sexual relationship with him. And the other thing is that I have a feeling that you're way out of integrity with yourself. So this isn't about what he wants sexually. It's not about his sexual time frame. It's about what you want. So if you're okay with having sex with him out of the context of a relationship, then great. Keep doing it this way. If you're not, then you need to stop sleeping with him. Again, it goes back to, you can tell him all you want that you're looking for a relationship. You're looking for this. You don't want this. You don't want that. And then you have sex with him outside of that. You've just voided everything you've said with him by acting out of integrity from who you are.
And honestly, that could be one of the things that holds him back, is you telling him you want one thing and showing him that you're willing to put up with another. There, even if he's not noticing it on like a very conscious level, he can feel that you're not operating out of integrity, and that's not it's not very attractive.
No, it's not attractive for anyone. We think as women that it's okay. We can get away with just saying what we want to men, saying what we're going to do. And then we go and show him that it doesn't mean anything. Our words don't mean anything. So when he does do something, it shows him that we don't have any real boundaries, and that he can get away with it time and time again. One of the things I will recommend to you is a free class that we offer at datingboundaries.com. It's a free class that you can go take online, virtually, from anywhere in the world. All you need is an internet connection, and you can listen to this class and start to understand dating boundaries even better. So you ask, why would he go to such lengths to get laid every once in a while? Well, sex is amazing. Why wouldn't he have sex with you? Of course, he enjoys sex with you. Maybe he doesn't want a relationship with you just at this moment. Maybe he's kind of turned off because of the fact, subconsciously, he might be turned off from the fact that, you say one thing, but yet do another. By the way, you are a woman after my own heart. I love the fact that you acknowledge a couple of things. First off, you say, I know it's not the sex. I know that that's good. Own that shit. I'm glad that it's good. If you're going to keep doing it, keep owning it. That's great. Are you a last resort for this guy? No, I don't necessarily think so. I wouldn't be surprised if he has other women that he does this with. It just sounds like he's not in a relationship, or he doesn't see your relationship potential. But that can change within an encounter or two. It's actually quite simple to change.
Jen, I want to go back to Miss Not That Easy's original question. Do relationships ever start in this fashion? Or am I like Carrie chasing Mr. Big? I love that reference, by the way.
Me too.
The thing about it is that, yes, relationships can start in this fashion, but not by continuing to do what you're doing now. Relationships can evolve from anything. But if you continue as the booty call, he's never going to realize, oh, this is the one. She's the girl I've been looking for. How did I miss this? By continuing to do the exact same thing that you've been doing.
What men find women who have good boundaries very, very sexy. And boundaries are completely dependent upon you. You can be the girl who sleeps with a guy on the first date, but you own that and you have good boundaries around it and you do it on your terms, and men can fall madly in love with you. So it's about you honoring who you are and really honoring your sexual time frame. And I really believe at this point that somehow you are out of integrity with your specific sexual time frame. And if you're not, then you're just not owning it enough and you're making it about him. Remember, you ultimately get to decide whether or not you're having sex with this man. So own it. Enjoy it. If you're going to do it, enjoy the hell out of it and do it with not the expectation of getting into a relationship. With that said, I personally believe that women have a really hard time doing long-term sexual engagement with somebody without it turning into romantic feelings. I know that there are a lot of women out there, especially these days, a lot of younger women who are doing what they call boning, which I fucking hate that word. I'm like, you're a woman. You're not boning. You don't have to be a man. You enjoy sex. You receive sex. You have fun with sex. You do all kinds of, you don't have to fucking bone anybody, which drives me nuts. You can still be an empowered woman without having to take masculine verbs, I don't even know what verb, and interject it into your life. Quit acting like we're not sensual, feeling, emotional human beings. You can play in a man's world as a woman, as yourself, and get so much further. And yes, I am going off on a rant about this right now because I can't fucking stand it when I have women come to me and I know that they're broken because they spent so much energy building these walls around their heart and they're sleeping with men like it's nothing at all. And then they realize how broken they've made themselves and they feel like they're less than when they're not. It's just the walls that they've built up and they hurt to take down. And I'm tired of women having to pretend that they're something that they're not. You can be a woman who enjoys sex, who enjoys her body, who's comfortable in her skin, who plays on her terms, who doesn't have to have casual sex if she doesn't want to. If she does want to, she can. You can have any of that, but you have to honor who you are in the process.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. There's nothing wrong with sleeping with somebody because that's what you want to do. It's more, don't pretend that that's what you want if it's not.
If it is what you want, take it. Have fun with it. You asked us, can relationships start with this? Steph told you yes, it can. It absolutely can, but it will not come about unless you learn good boundaries around who you are. And even if you don't know exactly what your preference is, your sexual time frame is, any of that, it's okay to admit that as well, but you shouldn't just be following what his is, okay? This is about you as well. 100% about you.
Today's episode is brought to you by Make Him Want You Again online class. If you would like to learn exactly what to do, say, or text to make yourself irresistible and unforgettable in his mind, meet us over at makehimwantyouagain.com.
Hey again, single smart female. So for today's show, we have decided to do something a little special and answer an additional question that comes from a lovely young lady, 14 years old, in South Africa about her love life. She writes us, "Hi, Jen and Steph. I love this guy way too much. He was my crush since 2013 until 2016. And we just started dating, so we are now a new couple, but my mom doesn't know that I am dating or have a boyfriend. Now, I have told him that I love him, and I haven't seen him for 5 days, and we usually spend a lot of time together, so I feel like he's avoiding me. How can I show him that he's the only one for me without sleeping with him because we are still so very young?" And Steph, I'm just in love with this young lady, and really excited to address this question with her, because the first thing I have to say is I love that she came to us and asked us how she could do this without sleeping with him. I think so many young women get confused that the only way to keep a guy's attention is through sex, and that is not true. Men are fascinated with us for so many other reasons besides sex. She almost brought what she did. She brought a tear to my eye when I first read this question. I'm really touched at her ability to identify that there are options outside of sex for keeping a guy's attention. I want to redirect her attention a little bit, and you can tell me what you think about this as well, Steph. I want to redirect her attention though, since he has gone MIA on her, and it's been 5 days since she told him that she loved him. I want to applaud her for being brave with her feelings and stating who she is romantically. But I think it's also time that she turns her attention to something else meanwhile. And after, say, 2 weeks, if she hasn't heard from him, then I would go ahead and as much as I don't like telling you this, I'd go ahead and consider the relationship over for now, because obviously he wasn't in a place that he was ready to be loved by somebody as wonderful as you. She also mentioned, Steph, that they live on the same street and they've been meeting at night outside the home. And she did say that her mother doesn't know. And I really want to discourage you from keeping these kind of things from your parents, because if something happens, a parent needs to know what's happening with you so that they can be there for you if something does go awry.
Okay, Jen, I'd like to take it back to her original question about how can I show him that he's truly the one for me?
Mm-hmm.
Really, if he comes around, starts coming back around from the being away for 5 days, all you really have to do is be genuinely excited to see him and to spend time with him. Just be who you are. Don't focus on trying to show him how much you care or prove your worth to him. If you can be comfortable in who you are and maintain those boundaries that you have so clearly set for yourself, that's going to be enough.
If he's the right young man for you, he will step up to the plate. If he's not, then he'll move out of the way and the right guy eventually will step up. But the good news is that you're 14 and you have a long, gorgeous life ahead of you to experience all kinds of lovely romantic adventures. So enjoy being a young teenager right now and focus on things that are important to you outside of him when he's not focusing on you. And when he does focus on you, then you can definitely give him more attention, but don't worry excessively about trying to prove your love. You just focus on being the amazing woman that you're growing into. Okay, single smart female, it's time for the final thought on today's show.
Real men don't mind waiting for you to be ready for sex.
And those men that do mind really don't matter. This is Jen.
And this is Steph.
Don't forget to subscribe to our show in iTunes. And if you'd like to submit a question to us, come see us at singlesmartfemale.com. And if you just want to come play around and learn more about Mantourage dating, come see us at havehimyourway.com.
Talk to you next time.